ladies and gentlemen, strap yourself in because this is the Open Ironwomen final for the Shannon Eckstein Classic. Now, these girls are going to go through the absolute rigour of it here. It's board, swim, ski. It's 3 disciplines, and Tiani Massey is attacking right now. A fast start from Tiani Massey through the middle as we see Danielle McKenzie, bottom of screen, Electra Outram as well. This start is super critical, but as we know, once they get out the back, that's where the real work happens. That's where it is all action-packed at the moment. As you can see, the landscape there paints the picture for you perfectly, that these waves in the shore, they're hard to contend with, but those waves out the back, they are standing up on top of each other to make it 6 to 8 foot, an absolute hard work out there.
Yeah, we're only just getting started, and already there is boards on top of each other. We're seeing a couple that have maybe just snuck out. Maybe Lily O'Sullivan from Burleigh heads Mowbray Park in the top of screen. Down from her is Tiani Massey, Harriet Brown, and then we've got Danielle McKenzie.
Now, if I'm the girls and I'm out here racing, if you're giving Danielle McKenzie a lead into the ski, it's almost race over. So for her to get off to a really fast start, to then consolidate that through the swim, to then go into the ski in a favourable position, you really like her chances. But you've got to remember next to her is Harriet Brown, world board champion, Tiani Massey, the up-and-comer, Lily O'Sullivan, the junior world champ of everything. These girls are superstar athletes and they can be world beaters. So as well as that, we see Woodsy there on the back there for the Alexander Headland Club. Now, Courtney Hancock, she is a perennial winner. She wins absolutely everything as well. She's most known for her Coolangatta Gold Championships, but she's a multiple Australian champion. She's a multiple professional series champion. And this is something that she could 100% win this as the first multiple winner of the Shannon Eckstein Classic.
Courtney did win this one. Remember, she had the crazy upset win when the 2 girls were wiped out from the back. Courtney Hancock stole the show. She's won this event before. You would not be surprised if she was a dual winner of this event or the first one to do it.
Now, let's talk about the history of the event. Obviously, this is the 5th instalment of the Shannon Eckstein Classic. Shannon spoke in his interview about it started as an open Ironman competition from a holiday in Hawaii or a paddle in Hawaii that he had with Earl Evans. And he said, I want to have a little bit of a tribute, a send-off with the Northcliffe Surf Club, BMD Northcliffe Surf Club. And I want to have all the open Ironmen and women come and race for big money. And Earl said, what do you need to make this event happen? He said, oh, we need this, this, and this. And Earl Evans came together and they did it. As you see the girls, they get a little bit of opening water. We'll come back to that one in a second, Paulie. You see Tiani Massey and Courtney Hancock, they've got a little bit of an opening. So they're following that Joel Piper train down there, as well as the Mitch Trim path. So that northern area looks best right now. Would that be coach strategy to say head towards the north, or are you just going out there and playing what's in front of you?
Yeah, look, Duff, as we've watched the finals unfold today, more often than not, I'm not saying every time, but more often than not, the northern side has gotten out, and Tiani Massey and Courtney Hancock have scratched over the top of that by their fingernails, but equally so has Lilia O'Sullivan and what looks like Harriet Brown right beside her. So we've got 4 out the back, that what I can see. Hannah Scully in 5th, not far behind. The girls are definitely at those first 4, maybe 5 are out the back now, as we see Tiani Massey rounding that first board can. She's going to be met by Courtney Hancock, Harriet Brown, and Lily Sullivan, all just clanging boards there. Look at that, they aren't giving each other an inch, these girls.
Tiani Massey might be on one here, Paulie. She gets a little bit of a run. She tips the board in sideways. Now, Courtney Hancock and Tiani Massey, they were further north to the beach. So they were further north of the can, I should say. As we see the wave stand on up, we're going to have 4 on this leading wave, Paulie. Oh, Tiani Massey. Tiani Massey has gone up, backwards, and over the wave. She didn't want to take that. She was in a terrible position. She was facing the wrong way and went back out through the ocean. So she did not want to tackle that one. That is just crazy, Paulie. I can't believe that has just happened. As we see Harriet Brown, bottom of screen, Courtney Hancock through the middle, Lily O'Sullivan at the top. It's going to sit up here for Lily O'Sullivan. She needs to redirect. You know why, Paulie? Because she needs to get around that swim can. So she was on that wave. She was going home and hose, and then she noticed the girls start to move towards the south and realized, oh, wow, traditional course. I need to get around every can, and she's starting to make her way. And Courtney Hancock, she is the queen of the surf, almost goes in the argument, if we were going to have a greatest of all time female race, you may as well call it the Courtney Hancock, because she is the winner of everything.
Well, that might be a little bit of age and experience of Courtney Hancock and Harriet Brown in course management, but it hasn't paid off because all 4 girls are back together. Tiani Massey's back in the mix now. I don't know where she's come from, but it's Harriet Brown, Courtney Hancock, Tiani Massey, and Lily O'Sullivan to hit the beach at the end of this first board leg, Duff. Wow. What is going on right now?
We said it yesterday. We don't know where to look because there is action all over the beach. But look at Courtney Hancock. Now, this is not something that I see very often from Courtney. to be able to run this transition as hard as she can. Now, she is an absolute phenomenal swimmer, a multiple Australian surf race champion. So for her, you got to think it's advantage Courtney Hancock at this stage because she is probably the strongest swimmer out of these 4 girls. But Tiani Massey is racing with pure aggression right now. She's not taken a back step from the very first time the gun went. She was the first one into the water. She was the first one through the break. She was the first one through the back. She was the first one into the wave zone. And then, of course, we had the little oop-de-doo, and she went back out, and then she's managed to get back to the front. So Tiani Massey is racing with vigour right now. She is out there to prove a point.
I agree with you there, but look, it's been a while since the Queen of the Sea, Courtney Hancock, has stood atop at the dais and taken a major event win. I can't, off the top of my head, remember right now. She's 34. She's the same age as me, Duff. As you mentioned before, she's got a resume as thick as a phone book. She's won it all. But it's been a while since she's had a win, and I reckon she's got that hunger back because the way she ran that transition then was a woman possessed.
Yeah, during the season, Courtney Hancock had a nice little sort of interview through one of the series, and in that interview, she said, I wouldn't put my foot on the line if I didn't think I could win. She goes, I'm taking an opportunity away from someone else if I put on my line just to participate. She goes, if I'm turning up and I'm putting my foot on the line, I'm putting my foot on the line to win. And right now, winning is what she's doing.
She's out there all on her own. She's the only one we can see on screen. I'm assuming the girls are off to the left or the right, but Courtney is an incredible swimmer. She's won Australian Open surf race titles. Very, very strong swimmer, very experienced. Again, when I talk about course management, I can see now in play the first orange swim can. And from what we can see there, Duff, she is absolutely nailing her line. She's going to line up this swim can perfectly. Look, some of the other girls appear like they've gone very, very north. One of the girls there is swimming a long way back. That is extra distance, extra metres you do not need to do.
Courtney has nailed that. So it's the blue and yellow of Surfers Paradise, which we associate with the greatest of all time, or one of the greatest of all time, Trevor Hendy, but it is the Shannon Eckstein Classic. And so you could argue for those two, who is the greatest? Now, well, it's not the time for that debate, but it's Courtney Hancock right now, and her course management skills are absolutely on display right now because those girls were no slower through the break. They just picked a different angle in. Now, Courtney Hancock, she would have discussed with her coach beforehand, this is where I want to enter the water so I can be here. And she has nailed her race so far.
Absolutely. When you talk about big surf conditions like this, Duff, the thing is, then you get a lot of sweep that comes with that. Across the sandbanks, it's always changing. Analysing the surf conditions before the final, before the races, is oh so very important. Now, we talk about Harriet Brown and Courtney Hancock nailed the course management on the board leg, but Courtney's doing it again now in the swim leg. Look at that commanding lead she has, as we can see. If she can get onto a wave here, Duff.
Wave on right now for Courtney Hancock. She gets a chance to pull down this one, and her surf skills are elite when it comes to surf swimming. She is the best at body surfing in this women's field. Now, at about 6th or 7th spot, I saw Georgia Miller start to make her way into this race. We haven't called her yet, but it's definitely one of those races she will build into as we see Courtney Hancock try to just get a little pulse. Lily O'Sullivan starting to work back into this one, as is Harriet Brown as well, a very class swimmer. We see Tiani Massey just falling off the pace a little bit right now, as Courtney Hancock, she's desperate to find a wave, but it's just not playing the game that she wants to play. And look at the party wave out the back as we see it start to stand on up. They get into the impact zone. You see the girls, they stop, they wait because they know there's a wave coming. Tiani Massey needs to get herself nice and big there, try to pick that one up. Harriet Brown comes tumbling over the top as Courtney Hancock, she stands on up. She's going to get a little ride here. This is going to be a little boost. It's advantage again to Courtney Hancock as we see now Tiani Massey start to come on through there for the Maroochydore Club, and Harriet Brown, she stands on up. Now, Harriet Brown, we've mentioned it already. She's coming off a leg injury. She's fully healthy now. She's ready to go in. But this transition is going to be all important. Courtney Hancock understands that she can go out here and win this ski leg with a really strong transition. The more hurt that she can put into the girls right now and put them under fatigue, the harder it is when it comes to decision time, decision making out on the ski, because third leg of an iron, decision making is absolutely critical, isn't it?
And you're doing it under fatigue, Duff. You're talking about they are 2 of 3 legs into this race now. You can see the girls huffing and puffing. Their heart rate would be through the roof, lactic acid, and they're arguably, well, not arguably, they're going into the toughest leg. So these girls are exhausted right now, and they're picking up those heavy 18 kilo skis and heading out. Courtney's just going to want to minimise risk, but Harriet Brown's hot on her tail.
And as you can see, look at the field. They are hot on their heels. So it's Courtney Hancock that goes in first. Then it goes back to Harriet Brown, Tiani Massey. But look at this. This is 5th, 6th, 7th right now. There we go. The yellow ski there of Ruby Mean, the next-gen star that's coming on through. As we see the bottom of the screen, Lily O'Sullivan. So they're your top 4. But those girls in positions 5th through to about 15th, they're not far behind. This race is on, Paulie.
Absolutely. As we've seen it time and time again, Mother Nature always has the last laugh. Right now, I can absolutely, I could not tell you how much Courtney would just be praying the seas part for her and open up and let her around this course, because she's doing it. Oh, Courtney's out the back, or through the shore break part, only the first part. Harriet's about to join her, but so far, Courtney is doing a fantastic job.
Now, what I'm noticing here is that Courtney Hancock found a way out at the north before on the board, but now she's heading back to the south on the skis. So is there a change of tactics as the race is going on? Who knows? Is it just the way that she's lined up? She's thought, I'm going to go aggressive, I'm going to attack, I'm going to go straight out. And it looks to me like she's found a nice little passage, but who knows what Huey has, the surf god, on the horizon, because all it takes is a little bit of a bump that can turn into an absolute skyscraper out there. As we can see, Courtney Hancock, the rating is up, She goes bang, bang, bang with the paddle as she makes her way through. But now she hits this zone. You can see all the turbulent water. So there are all the waves that have washed through. She might have timed this to perfection, Pulley. We don't know as she goes up and over that one. It lets a little bit of air underneath the ski as she goes. The rating is still up. She has the bit between the teeth. She was going as hard as we can. Gemma Smith starting to make her way into this race, as is Olivia Corrin there, as we see Harriet Brown start to climb on up. Courtney Hancock is in green water, Pulley.
She's in green water. I don't know how she got out without getting her hair wet then on that ski leg, I reckon, Duff. The seas have parted. They've opened up. She would be so close, right? I cannot tell you how nerve-wracking this spot that she's in right now, Courtney Hancock, because she's so close to getting the win. She can almost see the winner's check, but she knows how challenging it is to get these skis back to the shore, in through that back bank, across the mid-gutter, and then through that shore break. It's wreaked havoc on many, as we've seen time and time again today. She's approaching that apex now. She knows she's on the home straight.
She's on the home straight, because look at the girls getting work back on the inside, that back bank. Courtney Hancock has done this to perfection. Now, the question on everyone's lips around the beach this morning was, can anyone win the Shannon Eckstein twice? Now, right now, Courtney Hancock is in the best position that anyone has ever been in. She's in the lead of this race. She's already won one title. She could be the first ever multiple Shannon Eckstein champion crowned here today on BMD Northcliffe Beach. Now, the advantage she has, Paulie, is that she is in a position so far in front of the rest of the field that she can pick her own way in. Now, this is nerves to the max. As you see this one sit on up, she gets underneath that, nerves to the max. What is going through your mind right now with the biggest race of the calendar to be won?
Nobody gets in as fortunate as a position. Rightfully, she has deserved it, but nobody gets in such a fortunate position, Duff, that you can sit out the back and let all the sets go and wait with this much of a lead. But Courtney has established that for herself, that she is literally letting every wave go, and she will just pick up something that she is 100% confident she will be able to take back to the shore. As we watch her just very, very technically navigate the top of that run, she's looking over her shoulder. Oh boy, Duff.
She needs to make a decision sooner or later.
She needs to make a decision here. This is the worst thing to do, is to sit in that impact zone.
Oh no, look at the wave behind her here, Paulie. She needs to make a decision, and she needs to press the button now. When she does, she lifts the rating once more, because look at the skyscraper that is breaking in behind her. That has broken out near the board can there, Paulie, but she has navigated this inshore break. Now, Ali Linden was in a similar position before during the ski race, so Courtney Hancock knows she needs to get the rating up. She needs to get the boat speed up. She's going. It looks like she might have done enough just to hold on the momentum here, and she has worked that to perfection, and that is why she is the superstar that she is, Paulie.
She is doing everything right. You would love to see Courtney Hancock take her second victory of the Eckstein race. She's not relieved right now, Duff, but she is getting very, very close. She can almost taste that win. She can almost see that winner's Shaw & Partners Financial Services winning tape.
And that's it. The sense of relief is going to turn into a sense of enjoyment and pure euphoria, because Courtney Hancock is going to bring this one all the way to the beach, and she's going to be able to lap this victory up. It's not very often in an Ironwoman race with the caliber of athletes around her that Courtney Hancock is going to be able to prance around the beach as the champion of the 2023 Shannon Eckstein Classic, as she gives Nick Nick Buchanan there, her partner, a massive kiss on the lips, and she has a little bit of a smile on her face, a fist clenched there. She's going to be able to enjoy this. What a star she is. Put it in the resume. Courtney Hancock is slowly but surely reaching that GOAT status that Shannon Eckstein is in the men's field. She has won the 5-time Coolangatta Gold champ, the 3-time Iron Series champ, the 3-time Australian champ, and put it in the book, Paulie. She's now the 2-time Shannon Eckstein Ironwoman champion. What a race, what a star. Courtney Hancock, take a bow.
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. Courtney Hancock, take a bow, and as we see Liv Corrin come across for silver. Wow, there you go. I had not seen much of
We
Liv
hadn't
Corrin.
called her all day, and that is the race, the surprise packets that keep coming, to twists and turns for Liv Corrin to come through and take the silver. The silver there is unbelievable, as we see here. This is the race for third. So Charlotte there from Burleigh, top of the screen. You got Lily O'Sullivan through the middle. Tiani Massey here to top. Now you can see the handlers. We got race on here. Courtney Hancock's your champion, but these are the minors. This is what it means. You see the handlers. Lily O'Sullivan needs to go now. She's in the best position because look at the chase pack coming. They porpoise. You can see Charlotte cross there of Burleigh. Lily O'Sullivan, the training partners. You can see Drew Green there to handle. He's cheering them home. And here we go. Lily O'Sullivan. Looks like she's going to be the one that rounds out the podium. No, Tiani Massey. The twists and turns keep coming in the Shannon Eckstein Classic. The pistons go pumping as Tiani Massey, she goes across the line in third spot. She's a deserving podium place getter because she was at the top end of the race the entire time. As you see the race for the minors now, this is going to be an enormous overall series because I tell you now, the door is wide open. We have no idea who has won this overall series. We will get to that later. We've got the numbers crunching in the background. But our 2023 Shannon Eckstein champion, the finale of the Summer of Surf, Shaw and Partners Financial Service Series, is Courtney Hancock.
And she did it with style. That was incredible. We talked about she didn't have a win for a while, and she has done it. I can't wait to hear from Courtney. Joshy Minogue, take it away.
Thanks, boys. Courtney, wow.
Oh, yeah, I'm really speechless. If anyone knew how much that I'm about to cry. It's just been such a messy 12 months. I just haven't got it right, and it's been so frustrating and makes you question retirement, obviously. But just today, my aim out there was just to just flow with Mother Nature. I was like, I'll just go out there and whatever she's going to throw at me, I'll just take it and see how we go.
When you've done it all, where does this sit?
Oh, I think it's just been such a struggle since Aussies getting COVID, and that battle from there has just been so hard. And I haven't felt like myself. And then last week and the week before at the series, I felt like myself, but still was making silly mistakes. But just out there, that was I just kind of I didn't worry about being tired. I just kind of every little moment, I just wanted to nail it. So yeah.
You look like you're 18 again. It must have felt good.
Thank you. I've definitely spent many training sessions out the front of here since I was 17 when I moved from Sawtell, so I know this Northcliffe beach really well, and I just tried to have confidence, and I've been in this beach for 15 years. Hopefully I can master it today.
How much longer does this journey go?
I don't know. I think, honestly, I feel really grateful that the reason I'll retire would be to start a family. So I never wanted to retire because mentally I couldn't do it or my body couldn't hold up, and those two things are holding on. So whenever I want a little, hopefully more of a little Nick than a little Courtney, but no, I'm loving it. And again, Northcliffe and Earl, you guys have done brilliant. It's just been like the atmosphere and the energy that you feel. You go to another level, and well done to everyone who went out there today. And it was tough.
On a beach that you spent most of your racing career, it must feel very good. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the first ever 2-time champion of the Shannon Eckstein Ironwoman Classic, Miss Courtney Hancock.